Alright, welcome back for episode 2 of Fluffy the Perv, a truly disturbing character. So we're immediately going to run out here, and we're just going to explore real quick and collect as much garbage or stuff in the game as we can. Let's get these two guys up here. We're gonna come get this guy right down here. We're not even gonna have to hit him. I was going to kick him off, but that works too. So there's like 2 embers, I believe, that are still out here in this graveyard. And at this level, they're not really useful, but they're very much so useful at the later levels. So you should definitely come and pick them up. I mean, even if you just hold on to them. So we're gonna run in here real quick. And we're gonna place the coiled sword we got from that first boss. We're gonna put him in. So now we get to talk to the fire demon. She is going to allow us to level up. Since we start at the lowest level as a... I forgot the word for it. The one where you start with nothing. The class. Whatever they're called. I'm going to take all of his souls and I'm going to dump it into strength. Because we're going to have Fluffy be someone who has a vast amount of strength, a vast amount of health, a vast amount of stamina, so he can wear like the heaviest armor and all that. And yeah, he's basically just going to be a giant smasher. So let's get the east-west shield equipped before they attack. We're going to kill that guy. Where's the other guy? Oh, he must have kamikazed off. Alright, so then you're going to come get the ember up here, and I don't think there's anything else, like over here. I don't think there's something you can get. There might be. Oh, I stand corrected. A homeward bone. Very useful for returning to your home base. You can even do them in the middle of most boss fights. I've done that. I've run in. I know I'm outclassed. I get as many souls as I can, and then I just run away and warp out. So now we're going to fight this guy. I'm not sure what his name is, but he's got something called the Master's Attire on him, which is weak armor, and the Uchigatana. Uchigatana is what we're after. Very, very cool tool. However, he also happens to hit pretty hard and fairly quickly. So, it was like, what, 3 shots? One of which threw a shield, and I was dead. So he got me pretty quickly. The White Sign Soapstone, we'll get that later on in the game. But basically it allows you spend 500 souls at the Shrine Maiden down that little hallway right there. And she gives you something where you can write your symbol anywhere you want. And that's nice. Really, really nice. Because that basically allows you to get summoned into another player's game and help them kill stuff, earn souls, and if you die, you keep your souls, and you just teleport back to your normal world, right where you are, same everything. So it's very, very useful for earning souls relatively safely, because you're not going to lose them. Oh, by the way, in Firelink Shrine, if you come across these mist walls, you can just run around and explore Firelink for a couple minutes, or a couple seconds, because that's just it loading the rest of the world out here. So the reason Firelink Shrine loads so quickly is because it only loads the interior to begin with, because that's all most people need. So now we're going to come back out here and we're going to get our souls. We're going to show Mr. Master Uchigatana guy here a lesson. So let's retreat a little bit. He got us once. Pretty good. So let's see. Ooh, we got a sneak attack on him. Nice. For a whole 122 damage. Ah, crap, he got us. So my goal, basically, in trying to take him on, is get the Uchigatana. Because having an Uchigatana is very useful. We're never going to use it, but it's still nice to know that at least I got one. But I think we're going to do it at some point later in this video, or probably in the future, because I don't want to sit here and wait every time I die. So we're immediately going to head to the High Wall of Lothric, which is our next starting zone. Run through here, open the door. Random fact, while you're opening doors in Dark Souls 3, you are completely invulnerable to everything that can possibly hit you. So, use that to your advantage, I guess. So you're going to run down here and immediately light this button. You are not going to go to the right, you're going to go to the left. Right now the right provides no use to you. Run around and kill this guy quickly. And you're going to run down the stairs and hit this guy with the lantern before he finishes screaming. So otherwise that wakes up more dudes in this graveyard, which will kill you. But the vast majority of these guys, save for those two, are pretty peaceful. Like you can come sit in front of these guys and they're not going to do anything unless you hit them and they live, basically. So, I mean, even at such a low level, I mean, I'm as low as it gets, pretty much. I'm hitting him with a club, it's a one-shot. So the odds of them surviving anything you throw at him is very low. And a lot of people think you shouldn't kill them. I disagree. There's 30 souls apiece, which at this level is pretty good. So you can just farm up probably 300 souls real quick just doing those guys. You're going to run up here and immediately take out this fire guy, or the guy with the lantern. And now that that's done, the rest of these guys will stay asleep and you can just fight them off one on one. Alright, so now we're going to run up here. Up here there's two guys, one of which will do an attack. As it says here, an enemy in short, enemy ahead. I'm not sure exactly what he was trying to say. But if you look to the right, you can see that guy. So we're going to pop him off real quick. And then we got this guy. He is alive. Hit him and it should kill him. And then you get the binoculars up here. That's the only thing of value. So let's run back down. And we're going to run right past where we killed these two. Hug this tower wall and fall down. Run through here, collect some gold pine resin, which allows us to apply lightning-based damage to our weapon. So then we're going to sneak up behind this guy, get a sneak attack on him that should kill him. Now we're gonna kill this guy. You're gonna be careful around these crates because this guy will come slashing out of the crates. And so you've got to be really careful or he will surprise you. So we're gonna kill him off too. Roll onto that and roll off to fall down without taking any fall damage, which is very useful. Much faster than taking a ladder. We're gonna run out here, ignore all of them. Ignore all of these guys. And immediately run, open this door, and get inside. Because that dragon breathes fire and he is not friendly. So we'll kill these two off as they escape. But as you can see, he literally just massacred them. So he does a lot of damage very shortly, very quickly, and it stuns, which makes the matter all worse. But probably more dangerous than that dragon, for the moment at least, is this chest right here. It looks like a normal chest, and it even says open when you mouse and over to it. However, it is not a normal chest. It is what is known as a mimic. Basically a monster that looks like a chest. At this level, they are incredibly dangerous, incredibly lethal, and a lot of their attacks will one-shot you. However, he drops a deep battle axe, which is a pretty good weapon, and it is also enchanted with dark damage. It's one of the only weapons in the game that you can use as a player that has dark damage on it. And it's found in the beginning of the game. So it's really, really nice and very useful to get. It's just a little bit of a pain. So you're going to want to avoid every attack this guy's got. You don't want to get too far because he'll do a flying ninja kick, but just roll around him, pop off 1 or 2 hits. But just make sure that you stay close enough to him that you can hit him, but still dodge him. So I managed to pop him off fairly easily, and it looked easy, I'm sure, but just as a reminder, that was the very first time I've been able to do that without dying. So he is definitely a tough enemy. So let's take a look at the weapon he gave us. The Deep Battle Axe does 103 physical damage, 103 dark damage. It has fairly good guard absorption if you're going to wield it. Requires 12 strength and 8 dexterity. I believe almost every class starts with 8 dexterity, so that's pretty much a given. I think some of the sorcerer or some of the magic classes don't, but that would be about it. So now we got that, we're going to come open this door, and this door can only be opened from this side, so that's another reason to come through there. So you're going to come down and immediately kill this guy. Kill that guy too, no one likes him. His mom was a hamster. Father smelled the elderberries, all that. That knight is really tough. We could probably take him, but I don't want to risk it right now. So we're just going to kill these easier guys. We're going to let him walk around a little bit. We're going to run in here, and immediately to the left we're going to get ambushed. Usually that guy hits, and it does quite a bit of damage, if not kills you. So you're going to take him out, and then you're going to run to the right and up these stairs to the next bonfire. If you want, you can sit at it, regenerate your potions, all that fun stuff. So now we're going to run back down the stairs, and everyone will have respawned, including the guy we just killed and the knight. So we'll let the knight meander his way away, and now we'll take on this guy. So Dark Souls is one of those games where you should be avoiding damage at all costs, because any guy can very quickly become lethal. Even like the weakest of mobs can kill you if you're not careful. So it makes Dark Souls a really challenging game in pretty much all scenarios. These barrels I just rolled through are oil barrels. If hit with any type of explosion or fire-based weapon, they detonate extremely powerful. And basically, if you're caught within the blast, you're going to die. So if you're a pyromancer, use that to your advantage because it also does damage enemies. If you're not and you don't have any fire-based attacks, you can use a firebomb. I've used those in the past, and that's kind of funny. So, you just got to be aware of your environment. Kick people off map when you can, stuff like that. Play the game smart, and you'll think that this game becomes quite a bit easier. So you're going to run down here, and you're going to see this weird lizard guy. You're going to want to kill him quick, because he'll run away, and after a certain amount of time, he disappears. Now, he gives you gems and stuff like that, which can be used to upgrade your weapon. Like I chose the fire gem as my starting thing, right here, which allows me to create a fire weapon. A raw gem lets you create a weapon that does quite a bit more physical damage to begin with, but loses all of its stats, all its traits, everything that makes the weapon special. It basically just becomes a blunt stick. So I got a little reckless there, and I just about died. Which is not a good sign for later in the game. So, again, to reiterate, we want this guy to use exclusively clubs and no magic. So we are going to make him basically just a smasher. All he does is smash people. And so, to start with, sticking with that's going to be very hard because there's not many club-based weapons available, but we'll make it work. Alright, so we knocked down that knight. You really have to kill that guy. And there's this guy right here. He's waiting to ambush you. You step out and he immediately does that. Just hold up your shield to him, lock on, walk around him, and do a backstab attack. It's fairly easy. No real trick to it. So now we run down here. And down here, there's lots of good things. It's a very difficult place to start with, especially if you're new to the game. But it's definitely worth giving it a try because there's lots of things. You can kill this guy real quick and you get this chest. It's a normal chest. You open it up and you get your Silver Eagle Kite Shield, which is a better shield than all starting shields save for the knights. And you equip it and it has 100% physical block damage. Meaning if they just hit you with a normal attack and you're blocking, all it will do is lower your stamina. So as you can see there, he hit me with a great axe, which is definitely a very powerful weapon. However, since it was only a physical attack, I blocked the entirety of it. So it's definitely a good weapon. If I stuck with the shield I was using before, even blocking with full health, it probably would have taken at least half my life. So once again, these guys are right here. You got these little firebomb things. If we did not kill the guy that was sitting on the edge right there, he does wake up and throw firebombs and becomes a very dangerous foe very quickly, because now you've got other people attacking you as well that are heavy melee, and he's stunning you, which makes it very, very dangerous. So you got to be careful. You do not want to fight these two at the same time. You don't want to fight any of the same two people at the same time. This makes it very difficult. So you're just going to want to run away until one of them gives up. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Doesn't look like today was one of those times. So now I'm running for my life because I can't take both of them at the same time. I mean, one hit brought me down at least 7/8 of a life. The good news is this gives us a chance to go to another area. So what we can do is we can get the stuff that's right here. That's the green blossom. You break through and you come down and you can get, let's go back so you can see it. But there's an Astora straight sword in that shield, or in that chest on the left. You can see it. It's to the immediate left of my shield icon, and now it's under it. So or above it. And so Astora straight sword, it's an okay sword, but the main advantage that it has is it gives you a spot to jump and fall on. You take very little fall damage, which is great. However, in my scenario where I have, like, stub my toe and die kind of a health, we really should not try that. So we are going to instead try and draw them out in a 1v1 and take them out. Alright, that got his attention. Alright, see, in a 1v1 scenario with a silver kite shield or other similar shield that has 100% block, these guys are fairly simple. You get their attention, you pull them away from the rest, and you block when they come to attack you. Okay, so this guy, you just sneak around, you get a good, easy pick off of him. Okay, so now the second reason we came down here, other than the Estus shard, which is right here, which we picked up earlier, and getting a silver kite shield, which are all good reasons to come, you're going to come down here, be very careful, keep your shield up, and you'll see this wolf guy down here. Now, the body next to him has a cell key, which will become useful later in the game, but we're going to grab it now. So wait for him to attack when you have your shield up, hit him, he goes back, and then just keep wailing on him. So now usually in this case, the next case scenario you want to do is immediately drop down here, break through these boxes, fall. And it allows you to get a couple items, 2 embers right here, I believe a soul right down there, I can't remember. And it provides a shortcut later on if you can survive long enough. However, I don't have the health to survive that fall, and I don't want to use an ember to heal myself, because that initiates multiplayer. So I am going to use my homeward bone, and I'm going to return to my last bonfire. Now, if you decided to start as a cleric or a priest or whatever they're called, you all know what I'm talking about. Then later on in the game, you can find a vendor person, or a trainer, I guess you could say. And they will teach you a spell called Homebound, which will basically, it's like the homeward bone that lets you teleport back to a shrine or last bonfire, except it's not an item. It's a spell. And it uses very little mana. So it's very, very useful, especially if you're doing like strictly a priest kind of a build. Because you're going to find that you really don't have that much health. Your armor, for the most part, is going to be trash. And so it's very, very useful to have an escape option like that. Now this guy, we're immediately going to run through. We're going to kill him. Oh, that was too late because I couldn't hit him. Which sucked. So now we're just going to avoid him entirely. Because, I mean, you could kill him if you're like a pyromancer really easy. Or you have a buttload of fire bombs. Because they are really weak to fire, but I don't want to waste them on him. So we'll knock him down. Okay, now the guy we knocked down is climbing back up. I don't understand why mobs in this game don't take fall damage in certain scenarios. But this guy clearly should not have survived that fall. Of course, you know, we're all undead, so we'll kill him. mess with his body a little bit, kick it off, and go straight down the ladder. Knock this guy off the edge. There's no coming back from him. That's the end of the map. And we'll kill this guy. Okay, so this blue knight guy, he is one tough bird. You should not engage him if at all possible. And if he does see you, you should just run. Now you'd think, oh, he's tough, kill him, we'll get lots of souls or the in-game currency. That's not true. You only get about 300 for killing him, and he's much harder to kill than the knights, and the knights give you 220. So I just recommend avoiding this guy at all costs. So you're going to run out here, run up the stairs, duck past the arrow, and kill him. And immediately turn around and deal with the guy that snuck up on you. Now you're going to want to deal with the archer first, because otherwise he will hit you while you're fighting the swords guy, which you don't want. Then you're going to run up here, collect this, jump across, and get the Ring of Sacrifice. Now the Ring of Sacrifice is really, really good, because that means, I'm going to equip it right now actually. It means if I die, I don't lose anything. Like, I don't lose souls, specifically. Which is very, very useful if you have a large amount of souls. Now at this level, 5 grand, it really isn't that much. However, I don't think I'm going to die soon, and I'm gradually going to be building up more and more souls. So it's very good to do it now. Now, for the first part, just ignore these guys, because it looks like there's one of them, but there's actually lots of them. And just run and take the elevator shift up. If they're stupid, they'll fall in like they just did for me, and you get some free souls. You're going to get off, collect these throwing knives, walk over and open this door. Now this provides a shortcut to get back down to where we were much quicker than the way we originally took. You are, of course, going to want to watch out for the Great Axe guy. He does kind of wander around here, so you're going to want to be careful. But again, with the Silver Kite Shield, it is really easy to kill him. So pop them off. Then you're going to run up the stairs. There's just going to be 2 wolves running around here, and a pike guy, as well as an axe guy, and then you still got that archer. So you're going to want to be careful at engaging them only in a one-on-one scenario, especially with wolves. If you can get more than 1 wolf on you, it makes it very difficult and very, very painful to deal with. Because they circle you, hit you, which stuns you, and it just basically they just go back and forth, and it just devours you and kills you into the corner. So there's that wolf. That knocked him back, but did no damage, interestingly enough. The Great Axe guy's probably up there. So these 2 guys, again, free souls. It's 60 souls for the 2 of them. You're going to run up here and kill the archer guy. And the archer guy normally is not here, but he can move around and try and take shots at you. He usually sits right here. So we are going to run back. We are going to sit at the fire, and we are going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. This is Eden. See you next time.